I play seated. Hello, doggo. Are you alive, doggo? Doggo is alive. Say hello to the internet, doggo. Sure hope we're on the Jiminy Show. That seems to be. Rocky says, "What up, bitches?" Oh, he sighed because he's tired of your shit. Okay, moving on. You want to look at some guns? Ooh. Look, it's a Rixum. It's a Rixum. It's a Rixum. Hello, Dodgy. It's a Rixum. I have to get the magwell from him, but yeah. That's a Rixum with a full-size EPS on there. Rixum, 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 the AK's gone. Rixum, no. Look at the wall of shit. Sweet. Oh, yeah. Sweet home Alabama. I slept with my cousin because I'm in Alabama. And apparently in Alabama, you sleep with your cousin. That's what's left of my dinners. Had me some Popeye. Not Popeyes, pot pie. Mr. Johnson, how are you, boy? Oh, you wave at my doggo, eh? How dare you wave at my dog? Hello, Andy. What's up, son? He's acting like he's tired. He's only been sleeping like 8 hours. That's fine. Also, Miam need haircut. Also, Miam need replace AK. Let's see how much dog hair. Ugh. Rocky, you're clogging up my pewter. You a good boy, Rocky? Are you breathing, Rocky? Yes, his head moves. We're good. The dog's still alive. What's up, guys? We're a little bit early, but we're going. Ask me questions, and I'll tell you nothing but lies. Hello, Harry Potter. Actually, look straight up at the ceiling for a second so that I can touch something without getting banned. Does he shed a shit ton like your other dog? He sheds what I would call a absolutely acceptable amount, which is to say he sheds a bit, but not so much as to be annoying. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Why did that not work? Oh, that's gonna fall off. That's still gonna fall off. What the fuck? Just like the first time we had sex, you gotta find the right hole. There we go. All right, we found the hole. Welcome back. He sheds about as much as I would care for. So, yeah, I'll have to move the bloop tube up on the other corner. So he sheds a fair amount. He's German Shepherd mixed with the Pit Bull, so he's got okay retention of his hair. Hello, Jerome. What is up? Oh, yeah, my knife. My shitty NRA knife. Went to Atlanta and all I got was a shitty knife. Actually, I had a good time in Atlanta, though. What the hell?
There's a penny in my knife.
ESA approval for supporters. I don't believe that they can actually make a dog a service animal. I gotta find. Does anybody know the actual agency for making your dog a service animal? I have a Chow Husky Shepherd mix. It's hard to keep my apartment clean. Yeah, every single one of those you named has long fur. Even a regular Shepherd. Rocky got his ass kicked by a big Shepherd today. Not really kicked. He got put in his place by this female full-size shepherd, and she basically told him to sit down and shut the hell up, and he was forced to. What's the best gun I've shot? A lot of my 1911s qualify, I'd say. I haven't found the best gun yet. My DWX is really nice. The Tactical Sport Orange from CZ USA is a really solid pistol. It's probably one of the best triggers I've shot. But the best gun would probably be... I mean, a gun that I really just picked up and was a natural with? Probably the Orange. Forward, what's up? How have you been? I've been alright. I think most service animals have to be trained from pups so they don't get attached to anyone else. No, that's not true. You look like you were 12T. What the hell is that? But, yeah, just come on in, say hi. Rocky sleeping. AG, what's up? I've been looking at a Remington 870 would be a first or at least a start. Yeah, the Remington 870 is a great shotgun to start with. A comparable one would be the Mossberg 500. Both very solid. Air Max, what's up? Bowman, you need to find guns that you're comfortable holding. Just because I can tell you what's a reliable gun, I don't know you. I can't tell you what gun's going to work best for you, my friend. What you need to do is go and rent guns if you can. If you can't rent guns, at least go to a gun store and pick up several different firearms and see what guns naturally feel comfortable in your hand. We're not going very long tonight, only about an hour. I'm very tired. My dog is very tired. It was my day off, so we did a lot of stuff, and now I'm just, pardon the pun, I'm dog tired. I was never in the military, Mr. DuPont. Watch your T-Sauce PX9 video. Seems very interesting. The gun works exceptionally well. The comp definitely does its job. The only other guns that I have that are comped right now would be like my Gerson Match X, and then I've got two ported guns, the Daria DY9 and my Fusion Firearms XF Pro. The XF is an all-metal gun. The Daria is ported, but we'll have to wait and see how that one shoots at the range. You held an AK, but it was pretty heavy even without the magazine. Yes, the AKs are made out of heavy steel. Mr. DuPont, I've never been in law enforcement or the military. I was going to go into the Army, but I've been disabled since I was a teenager. Yeah, I'm up to date with what's going on with SIG. What do I think of the Rock Island 1911? My first gun was a Rock Island 1911. It was a double stack 9/22 TCM combo. Loved that gun. Rock Island builds some really solid guns, especially for the money, but it's kind of a disservice to say for the money their guns are good. Their guns are just good. So they're definitely worth taking a look at if you're looking for a 1911, especially if you're looking for something that's not going to be like your end game gun. It's a gun that you want to maybe tinker with and learn on, then it's a great one to be in there with. I own a gun store, Mr. DuPont. Well, no problem, Edgar. Bowman, what's happening with SIG like the guns? So the guns are still, they are capable of firing under light manipulation of the trigger, which is a repeatable problem, and SIG is tripling down and still denying it and saying it's the user. Got a Beretta 686 Silver Pigeon with a custom Nerf-inspired paint job. Thoughts on the choice for using it for trap shooting? If you are capable and competent with the shotgun, then it's perfect. Hello, Dave. The real one, playing any games lately? Yeah, Ghosted to Boar and Car Dealer Simulator. You look like Aesop Rock's brother. Yeah, I know who. I've been called that a bunch of times, man. I take that as a compliment. Can you send a gun in the mail? Only to another gun store. I've never shot a gun before and want one for home protection. Don't know where to begin. Even if I got one, where I got to learn how to use and maintain it. Google your area. There's always classes available. If there's a gun store in your area, they'll always have somebody that they know of that can help you learn. No, not like auto pistols, Bowman. They're just not built right for the base models. What would you rate a Glock 19 on reliability? It's a very reliable gun. It definitely can chew up almost any kind of ammunition you want to put into it. The only thing to keep in mind is if you limp wrist it, it will jam. But other than that, they're a very solid gun. They're boring as shit, and I don't like them, but they're extremely reliable. Am I feeling better? Not really. I'm tired today. That's why I'm only going about an hour. I'm going to get a PC, and the first game I'm going to get is Beam MG Drive. I love Beam MG Drive. I've got that. I've got a bunch of them, so it's pretty fun. I like downloading a lot of the modded cars. You're trying to pocket carry. Absolutely, man. It's very easy to pocket carry a firearm, actually. I pocket carry a 5-inch 1911. You need to not print. Do you know of any leather pouch? Well, it depends on the size of the gun you're going with, man. If you're going with like a little 22 or a 25 or something like a mouse gun, 1791 makes good solid leather holsters, but pocket carrying is always difficult to hide. Elgin, I don't answer a lot of those first time questions just because I don't know what you're going to be like shooting. You may like a bolt action, you may like a semi-auto, you may like an AR, you may like an AK. The best thing to do is go and just try shooting some guns. 7.62, 5.56, it doesn't really matter. They're all easy enough to shoot. So, where's your machine gun? As soon as you fill out a class 3 firearms thing. I love going to my buddy's PC and just putting the biggest motor I can in the smallest car, and it's normally a V16 and an Autobella. Nice. Yeah, but now, no, you can't pick up guns on live streams. Just use the zoom feature on your phone or your PC, and you can zoom in and check out the one that's on the wall up there. The one up there is an AR-15 custom build with custom parts on it. You have a Shield Easy 9mm for my concealed carry. Very competent gun. You're definitely armed well. It's just 1791. They make holsters of every variety and size. A lot of stuff. Do you ever go to the range when you're out of the state? The only other place I've gone to a range was an indoor range in Pennsylvania. You have too many guns? Nothing wrong with that. No such thing either. Hello, Carry Crew. Do you own any guns? What's a gun? Need to get some pipes over here in Australia. Our weak-ass government took our guns. Are they really a weak-ass government if they manage to take your guns? That wouldn't happen here. Cool, appreciate the answer. Okay, Swillcox. How do you feel about the minigun? The minigun is an interesting gun, but the cost of an actual minigun is so extreme, and the ammo for one. I can get a GAU 2 as a dealer for about 70 grand, but can you imagine trying to feed a GAU 2 7.62 by 51? It would be so expensive. I used to love the P320. Now I'm a little skeptical about them. Here's my tip for you if you're looking at a P320 is don't go cheap. Don't buy a base model. The M17, M18, and the base models are the guns affected. Mr. Morgan, we're all right. Favorite gun in the background. Right now, the favorite gun in the background is probably my Gerson Influencer X up there at the top. It's a 1911 single stack. It's one of my carry guns. It's got the enclosed optic from O-Sight on it. Pretty solid choice. Second would probably be my TSOS BR9 Duty, which I got a mounted optic on. Haven't decided which optic's going to go on that one yet. My wife has a P320. Nothing wrong with that. Have you seen the Barrett M223 going off by itself now? No, I have not. I'm from Belgium. We can't protect ourselves. You can always protect yourselves. It's just how many times can you do it ballistically, you know? I recently tried a handheld flare launcher. Wink, wink. Definitely not a grenade launcher. That's what that is. It's a 37 millimeter signal device. Sniper, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. You can tell how tired I am. This is why I'm only going an hour tonight. I just wanted to check in and maintain my functionality on the YouTubes. YouTubes. The only Barrett you know is the M82A1. Look at the M107A1. It's a lighter and more modernized version of the M82. It weighs about 7 pounds less, so about 22 pounds. Puppy's doing good, Tommy. What gun holds the most ammunition of one you own? Well, magazines determine actual capacity of the firearm, so every gun I have is capable of holding many, many rounds. Do I have a Shield Plus? No, I do not personally. I don't like smaller guns. My EDC is a 1911 full size. I think the same one I use for brush control. Wink, wink again. Lol. I hate YouTube. Okay. Sniper rifles, no such thing as sniper. Well, there is a company that's making a rifle that they claim is a sniper rifle, but sniper is a position, not a firearm designation. Now, some people will call a gun a sniper rifle, but no real thing. There's dedicated marksman rifles and things like that, but nope. Difference between a clip and a mag, completely different things. A clip holds them externally, a magazine holds them internally. That's why they're called box magazines. M107, the lighter, smaller caliber than the Barrett 50. The M107 is also a 50 caliber. They're both 50 BMGs. The M107 is just the moderner version of an M82. Is the AR-15 overrated or underrated? It's just rated, man. It's a personal decision. Some people say it's overrepresented and overrated. Some people say it's under, but it's just a rifle, man. It shoots a 223, 5.56 for the standard, and you can go with tons of different calibers. It's actually quite versatile, but it's pretty good. UEDC a 19X. It was a 17 for a while. I mean, do what you got to do, but I'm just going to point out that a 17 and a 19X have the same length frame, and that's what you're trying to hide. The barrel means nothing. Hey, Cam coming in with the $2.99 donation. Thank you, brother. My local FFL has been closed for 3 days now, and the Staccato is waiting. And this morning I saw the range owner, and I turned around in his lot, and he freaked out because I went 1 foot onto his grass lawn. You'll be all right, Chanson. Sorry, man. Get that Staccato, bro. I want to get long-distance rifle in either 300 Win or 6.5 Creedmoor, but I don't have the money for that. Yeah, it gets expensive, especially when you start shooting. What's the best 308 rifle to buy? Money's no object. Oh, well, then you're going to go with something like a Nemo Arms. There's a few other companies out there that make exceptional 308s. I'm not a rifle guy, so I don't know a lot of them. I know that, like, in my shop right now, I got a Steyr Scout. They're beautiful guns. They're about $2,000 for a 308. That's a lot of guns. Not really. Why do many gun ranges not let you hold down machine guns? Are they just lame, or is it some law? Well, machine guns violate the rate of fire that most ranges allow for. They usually want a 1 to 2 second cadence, but additionally it requires special taxes and insurance in order to rent them out. If you bring your own to a range, you're probably going to have to make a deal with them. You picked up an XF Pro yesterday as an impulse buy. You're not going to regret it, dude. I like mine. I've got 3 barrels for mine. I've got the aftermarket threaded barrel, I've got a ported barrel, and I've got the original fluted barrel, so I'm enjoying it. You recently won a raffle for an insanely nice rifle. Nice. Is it an abomination that I put an ACOG on my Krinkov? I'm not a fan of the ACOGs, man. I don't like the way they... I just don't like the eye relief on an ACOG. You got to get really close to them. But do what you got to do, man. What's a good budget rifle? Well, if you want something in a semi-auto, then you're probably going to look at an AR. Something like a Diamondback or a Radical are good choices. If you're looking for something else, if you want to spend a little bit more, you can step to like a Mini 14 or something like that. Your sloth plushies are cute. Thank you. They were gifts. Tommy comes in within the $5 donation. Thank you, brother. Thanks for your time and good advice. No problem. You're looking at the ported upgrade. Yeah, just contact Fusion Firearms, man. They'll sell it directly. How much are Glock 19s? They vary anywhere from a few $100 used to as much as $650, depending on how you have them set up. What's your thoughts on a CZ Shadow 2 carry? I'm not a fan of the carry, just because they went with the Series 80 internal. Why would you make a competition-style pistol, shrink it down for one, and then add a fucking safety to it that's not necessary? Just don't drop your gun. I was about to say that the eye relief is pretty bad for $1,300. Yeah, absolutely, dude. What kind of body armor do you recommend? I'm not a body armor guy. I train for real life, real world situations, so I'm not worried about body armor personally. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm thinking about right now kind of a guy. If I was somebody that cared about that, I would be able to give you a recommendation, but I honestly don't know. How do I now have my own gun store? I applied for the license, and I applied for a business license. I got my FFL license, and I opened a store. Any suggestions for a bed-size Volt that can fit a full-size pistol with the red dot? Not really. I haven't really been paying any attention to them. I've got a blacksmith safe with the thumbprint that will fit like my 1911 with the red dot, but I'm not friends with blacksmith anymore. They got tired of the fact that I wasn't willing to make them videos for free. You went to a buddy's house and saw his dad's competition 2011, and holy moly, it's amazing. Yeah, at some point I'll have to do another video with my STI. Seems like some bots in the chat. Not bots, just trolls. It's kind of the way the internet goes. What kind of optics are in those boxes? Holosuns? Yes, they are both Holosuns. Now, one of the Holosuns is currently on the Ruger RXM with the Sharps Brothers metal chassis. That's the picture for the live stream. That one has the Holosun EPS full size, and the other one I have is the 509, which is the aluminum bodied or the titanium bodied optic. So, no, can't pick up guns. You should do a 1911, 2011 build series. I don't build guns, I modify them, and modifications on YouTube are not allowed. The EPS full size is amazing. Yeah, it is. Is what mouse a gun? There's no mouse. You like the Glock 17? The Glock 17 is fine for a gun. It's just boring as shit, man. What's Staples package? Oh, this thing? I got it at an auction, and I just keep it here in case I need another wireless mouse. In fact, I do need a wireless mouse. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot I had that. Good old cheap-ass NRA knife. Scratching my desk. Ruined my life. Remember, kids, cut down. There we go. Got to get a new scar. I've got plenty of scars. My dog bit me and put one on my arm. Eat the world's spiciest gummy bear for a $10 donation? No, son. 500 minimum. I've already gotten donated 100. So, people have till Friday to donate the money if they want to see me do something stupid. I'll even wear the fake titties. God, this thing feels cheap as fuck. Where do batteries go, man? Oh, there you go. Oh no, is that a Kniff? They're fine. What do I think of the Marlin 4570? 4570s are good. I have a $18.95 and $45.70. It's pretty solid. Hello, child. You can always tell it's a solid mouse because both batteries going in the same direction. It actually means the mouse only needs one battery, but you put in 2 batteries just so you have a spare battery. Now you learned something, Nami. See how this one works. I hate my wired mouse. Best 45. It's going to sound like a cop-out, but the one you train with is the best 45 you can own. Fucking USB, man. Oh, go to hell, Staples. They put the USB symbol on the bottom. Best home defense gun. Same answer. The one you train with will be the gun that you are going to be competent with, and that becomes the one that you will defend your home and your life with. Really? Hello. Hello. Mr. Batteries. Jesus loves you. Why'd your dog bite you? Because we were playing a little roughly. Really? It's supposed to be a brand new mouse, and it don't work. Mama, I just broke my fucking mouse. I can't turn off my fucking life at all. That's some quality right there, man. I'm telling you what, right there. Hey, question, do you like your Osprey? Yes, I actually very much like the Osprey. I thoroughly enjoy my Osprey. It's a good suppressor. The only downside to owning a suppressor that's designed for a certain pressure, like a 9mm, is the fact that you can't run other calibers in it. I mean, you can run slower, weaker calibers, but I can't run anything more powerful than 38,000 PSI through it, otherwise it'll explode. And not in a good way. Hello? Did my USB port just die? I think my dog just farted. He farted so bad he walked away. Well, my keyboard still works, but now my mouse doesn't work. Really? Oh, that's because that's not a mouse cable. That's a USB cable. Best 45 suppressor, probably something like a Silencio 46M. Rocky crop dusted you. He not only crop dusted, he crop dusted and fled. So give me a second. You still alive, boy? Did your fart scare you off? You okay, buddy? Okay, just making sure, dude. Just making sure. Dude, he went into another room and laid down after he farted. That is too funny. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves everybody. That doesn't make me special. Do you like Rock Island? Yes. Why is the 320 such a hot subject? Because the internet loves latching onto something and pretending that it's a big deal. Guys got everything against him. Dog farts and jacked up mouse. Pretty much. You always like Pachmeyers. Pachmeyers are cool. I'm not a big fan of the Pachmeyer with that gives you the finger grooves though, because they don't always fit my hand. Just spotted your CG shadow. There is no CG shadow up on that wall. You are special in God's eyes. Nah. Deer Hunter says, yo, what is up, Deer Hunter? You still like 10mm? Fair enough. Do I have a Mark 12? No, I used to have a Mark 4 Supra way back in the day, but I didn't get to keep it because I blew it up. Happy Wednesday. What's up, Daniel? Have you tried the PTR Spiritus? No, I have not. Bottom right isn't a shadow? No. If you're talking about that, that is a Gerson Regard Beretta clone. Thoughts on the 365 as a carry? You need to shoot it, make sure that you're competent with it. If you like it, then carry it, man. I don't judge anybody's carry. I just hope that you train with it. Train with your carry, and then whatever you want to carry is absolutely fine. Do I have any experience with the Zastava M90? I've shot them. I haven't owned one. They're fine. David, favorite handgun, 1911s in general. How to judge good 45 ACP ammo, stuff to stay away from. Stay away from remanufactured ammo, period, unless you're trying to be super cheap. Don't trust your life to reman shit. Just get new manufacturer, get from reputable brands, Federal, Hornady, companies like that. They typically make solid stuff. Best AK sub 2K, probably something like an Arsenal. PTR has a 9mm that can also work on 300 blackout. Cool. You carry a JXP-10. I've got a JXP-10. Gun shoots fine. I don't care if you carry a high point. Is there a 5.56 AK you like more than the M90, or is that just not your thing? I'm not a 5.56 AK guy. If I'm going to run an AK, like the three I have are all 7.62 by 39. What firearm is that in your top right corner? Top right of your screen? Hold on. Let me get my goddamn mouse working again. Top right is a Rock Island. If you're talking about this one above the one with the blue handle, that is a Rock Island 5.0 enhanced. What do you think about the High Point AR? It's a standard AR with High Point's name on it. It's going to be about $500, so it should be fine. The M4 from COD. Talking about my rifle, it's a little bit different, but cool. I always loved the plain Remington 870. Nice. Opinion on the Prodigy. I've had a few of them. They shoot all right. They just have MIM parts in them, and sometimes the disconnectors drag. But if you can work with them, then you'll be fine. About to give up the gun thing. Went to the range today. Shot terrible with my 3 handguns at 15 yards. My 65-year-old eyes don't work anymore. Don't give up, bro. No reason to give up. You'll figure it out. I'm subbing right now. You're the first guy who didn't try to crap on me. I don't crap on anybody, dude. I know some people that carry Heritage Rough Riders outside the waistband. I only criticize them for carrying outside the waistband. You got a Kel-Tec Sub 2K Gen 3 on the way. Nice. P09 is the best everyday carry. If that's what you believe, sir, good for you. You like the 570 or any good? 570 what? Just curious about the grenade launcher in the background. It's a signal device. It's only a 37mm. It is not a 40mm. However, I do have I was going to say frag, but I don't have frag. I have fireworks. I have can't think of all the names. I won't get up. Yeah, don't give up. Get a shooting coach. There you go. Cody, what's up? Is the Glock 26 any good? In 2025, it's completely outclassed by every single other 9mm on the planet. Any Dracos, or you dislike them? Dracos are stupid and shouldn't exist. Yeah, when a grenade launcher, what does it fire? Tear gas and fireworks. So yeah, I have concussive rounds, flashbangs, and fireworks. What's the 10 SMG? It's not an SMG. It's actually a chassis kit for the Glock. It's from Recover Tactical. It kind of makes it into an AR. It's kind of cool. Worst handgun to shoot? Things like a BFR 4570 or a Smith & Wesson 500. They're not comfy to shoot. They hurt the hand. They run. I don't know what the tippy is. What do you think about the 26X? What's a 26X? I understand the opinion. Was just curious. No problem. Video's hanging up. Maybe for you it looks fine to me. Just refresh or scroll away, come back. You recently purchased the M&P Shield 9mm. Good choice. Is it worth getting plus P ammo, or will standard pressure be just fine? Here's something a lot of people don't tell you. If you go by SAMI spec, if you get NATO 124 grain, it's technically at the same pressure as plus P. So just get 124 grain. The new Glock that's been out for years, they're all the same. Glock is Glock is Glock is Glock. The only one that is considered novel is the Glock 46, and they won't sell it here in the United States. The 26 is a new grip. It's a 43 that holds 15. That's a 43X, not a 26. Thoughts on HK 416 chambered in 5.56? Never shot one. 416 is very expensive. Is a Glock with the switch good or bad for shooting? Well, they're completely illegal, so you do you, bugaboo. We didn't have all the gun choices we have now. That is true. Did you carry a high point or a 320? I don't care. I'll carry either one. What's different about the Glock 46? The Glock 46 is a 9mm with a rotating barrel, kind of like a Beretta PX4. Have I ever shot buffalo bore ammo? Yes, I have. It kicks pretty hard, man. They load the shit out of that stuff. I know this is a common argument, but am I a 45 guy or a 9mm guy? My answer might surprise you. I'm a gun guy. I don't give a shit about calibers. The only one I don't care for is 40 short and weak, because 40 Smith & Wesson was a compromise round. All the other rounds were dedicated to be what they are for the most part. 26X is a Glock store exclusive frame. Okay, good. I don't care. It's a Glock. Who gives a shit? The High Point guys are doing God's work. Great warranty, affordable. Yeah, and they have no questions asked. If you break one, they'll just replace it. Makarov or TT33? I'd rather have a Makarov because I ND'd a TT33 into my wall. How am I feeling today? Very tired. There's a lot of people here tonight. No, it's because my shadow ban is over because, you know, of shit that happened a few weeks ago. The shadow ban is over, but I'm only going until 9, guys. I just wanted to do a check-in episode, middle of the week. I got a lot of shit going on in the morning. Looking for a new inside waistband holster for a Walder PDPF 3.5. Any super reputable brands out there? LA Concealment, Vanish Holsters, 1791, Galco. All those are very solid. Your eyes are shaped like a clam. The only way you'll know that is if you go and look at your mama's pussy, because, you know, when she lays sideways, it looks the same. Makarov sucks because the ammo is more expensive. No, Makarov is just more expensive. TT33 is 1911-ish at least. Not even close, brother. How much money have you spent on guns? Too much. Where you at, Jimbo? Virginia. That's a hell of a comeback. Hell yeah. Pretty much. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Joe does not have a switch. Joe is a law-abiding citizen with an FFL license. Joe does not have a switch. Although once my Class 3 license clears, if I want to buy a full auto, I will. In fact, we are getting a Glock 18 for the store as soon as I get the Class 3. The Makarov, or as other people like to pronounce it, the Makarov, is a great gun. It's very usable. Oh, look, I reset my camera. LPVO or a magnifier and a dot. I prefer a magnifier and a dot because I'm an intermediate range shooter. I don't do a lot of longer range shooting, so I have no reason to be able to extend out. I have a PSA dagger and looking to put a flat trigger in it. Any recommendations? Not really. It's all Gen 3 stuff, so just Google Gen 3 flat trigger. I used to use a Steel City Arsenal trigger, so... You ain't getting that class 3? Yeah? What makes you think that, brother? It's a great handgun for home protection and affordable. Whatever you can buy, man. Go to a pawn shop. How are you going to get a Glock 18? Thought they were rare. They're not rare. They're just not legal for civilian ownership. You have to be a dealer. Hey, did you miss me? I missed you. Yeah, you're coming in. We're only going to be here for an hour tonight, Mouse. I can get one for $3,500. They're not that rare that you just can't have them. We know you can't see long range. No, that's because your mom's pussy's in my face all the time. Do you eat the pepper stuff? No. I set the goal for a minimum of 500. Nobody's hit it, so nope. Been looking into 1911s. Been thinking Kimber and Colt. Go Kimber over Colt because Colt went bankrupt and were bought out by CZ. Their quality is not back yet. 300, 3,500. Fuck! I wish I was American. No, it's $3,500 if you own a gun store with a Class 3 license. So in reality, starting my gun store and getting all my inventory and my licenses, it's about 150 grand. So no, $3,500 because I can shoot it, but I can't sell it. Thoughts on a Burst of Thunder Plus? 13 rounds of 380. I'm all for it. Good. The peppers are not healthy for you. I'll eat them at some point. You like sawed-off shotguns in a pump action? Why? I actually use a 18.5-inch Mossberg 930 tactical. I'm still at the lake on vacation. Well, goddamn it, Mouse. Enjoy your vacation. Feelings on everything going on about SIGs right now. I'm staying out of it because I don't buy the cheap SIGs, and the cheap-ass curved trigger 320s are the ones going off. So if you want to be a poor, is the way I like to put it. If you want to buy cheap shit goes wrong. You just grabbed the Turk Nelly, nothing wrong with that. Is this what an ammosexual is? No, I have never inserted a single piece of ammunition into my bunghole. Everyone make sure to press the like button. Absolutely. If you don't like it, yeah, this is, if your piss is this orange, and yours probably is, because you live in your mom's basement eating nothing but Kentucky Fried Chicken, you got some fucking issues, bud. Your ketones are so strong that you're fucked. You'll be dead in 4 years. Nah, I know, Mr. Pickman. I'm a sarcastic prick. Oh, I got a 50 BMG for you right here, bud. Armor piercing incendiary. Or excuse me, this is the incendiary. Yeah, this is the armor piercing incendiary. Break into my house, bro. KFC, yep. I'm glad the bulk of my firearms training was through law enforcement. As long as you actually participated and were competent in your shooting, I guess, but I know a lot of law enforcement people that should not own firearms. Ruger Charger. No real experience with it. I'm not a big fan of 22s. Any updates on the Tavor? I will ask him tomorrow, Mouse. I have no idea why it's taken. I think it's getting the muzzle brake. It's been taking him a while. Your house smells like piss? Fine. I won't come over then. MP5 or Papa Shah 43? MP5, please. The roller delay blowback is amazing. Sharps Brothers, RXM, have you tried it? I just literally put it together today. It's right there. I will be taking it to the range on Tuesday. Range or outdoors? If you mean indoor or outdoors, I prefer outdoors, but I will shoot indoors if I need to. Most law enforcement does those trainings. They can't shoot past 10 feet and hit a marker. They have to train and shoot 20 rounds every 6 months or so to qualify. Blech. Do I have a private range? No, but I have a range that I have exclusive access to on Tuesdays. Come visit us in California and you can stay in our guest room. I'm good. I'm good. I have a dog. I can't leave him. You always pass qualifications? Good. Keep your training up. Never lose that skill. It's a very perishable skill. The less you use it, the worse you get. I know you have a monster from time to time, but have you ever had a C4? Yes, I have. I'm not a big fan of the taste, to be honest. Was it the same install as on an Icarus? Yeah, pretty much. The Ruger and Icarus frames are the same because you're taking out the RXM's chassis, the fire control unit, and putting them in there. They use the same attachment points. Walkers, Razor Slim, do you recommend? Absolutely. Up to a certain caliber, they're perfectly serviceable. I usually just run squishy in-ears. If I'm going to shoot something heavier, then I might put over-ears on, but a lot of times I'll just wear the squishy in-ears. It's more of the concussive wave that I'm trying to block. Can you open your eyes? Not until your mom puts her clothes on. Mr. Sloth, what's your thoughts on the P320? I don't have a thought on the P320. Like I said, don't buy the cheap version and they don't go off. How about that? The company is shooting themselves in the foot, pardon the pun, with the way they're handling it. But if you don't have the shit version of the gun, you're fine. You can bring Rocky. He is a good boy. I'm getting him registered as a service animal, so I'll be able to take him on airplanes. Probably give him better seating than me, too. You're definitely looking forward to the review video. Absolutely, I will let you know. Anthony, it's a good question, but it's not one I really know the answer to because I'm not a revolver guy. Pistol Pete, what is up, son? Yeah, this is your first comment that I'm seeing, dude. I don't know why it's taking that long to come in. I want to get those active hearing protection headphones again. They work very nicely. Yep. Drunk, Mouse, stop removing comments. I don't care. That's a lot of fake guns you got. You bet. Thoughts on PDR? I'd love to own an SP9 and HK Shorty 308 roller delay, but I don't want to pay HK pricing. Nobody wants to pay HK pricing. HK is made out of money. Am I a sniper? Nope. Your mom says hi. Say hi back. Hi, Shay's mom. It's okay, Mouse. It doesn't bother me. You got a new pistol. Which one did you get? Caltech would be the best pistol. Which Caltech would be the best pistol to buy? Honestly, I really like the PMR 30, but they're not always reliable, especially when you put an optic on them. You have to go with a very light plastic body optic to get them to run properly. So it's a little difficult to really say. But that'd probably be my favorite because it's 22 Magnum. It's one of my favorite rounds. I'm taking off the wallpaper off my wall in my room, and it means I have to take my LEDs off, and I don't want to do that. Ah! Get more LEDs. It's more fun. Is the Hall of Sun for sale? No. Nothing behind me is for sale. Everything on the wall is 2025 acquisitions. Everything behind me is 2025 acquisitions. Hollow Sun sent me both of those optics, and they're getting tested on guns. What do I feel about Ghost Systems? Don't really know much about them. Canic Prime, is it worth it? It's hard to say. It's a personal decision, my friend. The long slide is really nice. The Prime is a little bit more expensive, but that porting may help you as a shooter. Either one is fine by me. What's the pistol on your right? Looks like a stainless 1911. It is a stainless 1911, but it's a kind of an odd one. It's called the Para Ordnance CCW LDA. It's a light double action 1911 and 45. Watch Pistol Pete worldwide for one night while you were not streaming. Yeah, Pistol Pete's a cool-ass dude. Everybody here go sub to him. He needs to get to 100,000 subs so that he can take off. He does much better videos than I do. And his lives are a lot longer and more engaging than mine are. How'd you make the back walls? Hold up display or just pegboard from the dollar store? Literally free pegboard I got and painted. Did you get a new pair of shoes yet? Nope, not yet. Oh, the LDA sings too. Yes, it does. It's the most unprofessional thing you've seen at a gun range. Some dipshit just turning around with his finger on the trigger and pointing at everybody, pretending like he was in control. You want to get into 1911s, but you don't want to spend like $500. What would be a decent starting point? Starting point for 1911s at about that range, you're going to be looking at like the T-Sauce or the Gersons. They're solid enough guns. They'll definitely do you, but you're going to wind up with basic sights, so keep that in mind. Pistol Pete Street was good, but not as good. Okay, but not as good as Jimmy's show. He's a much more in-depth answerer, so when he's answering questions, he'll take a little bit longer. He's a full competition shooter as well, so keep that in mind. Meanwhile, I'm just a dumbass with the couch. Did you hear about the shooting in New York? Yep. Here's the deal, though. Did you watch the entire thing? The guy that did it is not from New York. He traveled to New York with the firearms, so as long as we have interstate travel, that's a small thing. Wow, 1911 without a 1911 trigger sounds anticlimactic. It really is. It's more of a Browning trigger, but it works good. You got any FNNs? Yes, I've got a few FNs. You can get a Rock Island 1911 for 500. You can, but I don't know. You get more features for $500 out of the Turkish ones. But I really do like the quality of the Rock Islands. Why spend so much on dozens of different mid firearms when you can have a handful of ultra high quality, dependable option? You've never seen all my videos then. I have ultra high end stuff. I don't care. I just like guns, man. If you want to be an elitist, go watch a guy called The Collector. He's a man that puts literally the price of every fucking gun he buys on screen and in his titles and shit. I'm just a gun guy. I have just as much fun with $300 guns as I do with $5,000 guns. They have little brown bats here. Nice! Hit them! We're looking at Rock Island, but I don't know if I want to start there. I just don't know. You need to put your hands on stuff, Williams, because Rock Island is solid stuff, man. I've got some Rock Island guns that, right out of the box, probably run a little bit nicer than some of the higher-end Springfield mil-specs. Have I ever seen someone shoot tracer rounds indoors? No, I have not, Mick. What do you think of the airman killed by the 320? Sorry, I'm late to the party. It sucks. People shouldn't die due to an uncommanded discharge of a firearms. But I'm staying out of it. It's an M18. It was a base model gun that had a known flaw. Here's the thing that a lot of people, especially people that keep bringing this up, and I'm not saying you swoop present exclusively, but based on the number of comments I've gotten and people asking me the same question, a lot of people don't seem to understand that the problem guns are still out there. Just because it's 2025 doesn't mean that all guns are brand new. All the guns involved were built before 2021. The military contract guns were started back in 2019, 2020. So there is such a large number of them. My TRP is amazing like a laser gun. What do you think should happen to the SIG contract? SIG should either have to put the X5 triggers in every gun, or they need to get their contract canceled. Everyone, please hit the like button. You're missing a High Point JHP on that wall. No, I've got a few of them. Demo Ranch, even though retired, is the best gun page on YouTube. Up until he decided to join up with Roman Atwood, I would agree with you. But the minute he started doing shit with Roman Atwood, his channel went... Cuban National started to dive people on Staten Island Ferry, wounded a few others. Agree that it's a good point. There was problems when the Army tested them. Yep. Perfect solution, Joe spitting facts. Yep. My old M9 never discharged unintentionally. Yeah, well, there are currently almost 15 million 320s in service. That were built between 2017 and 2021. I think there's like 4 million. So out of those 4 million, yeah, you're going to get some that are fucky. Buckle up. Call SIG. They'll replace the trigger assembly. Or just sell the gun. I'll pay you 5 cents on the dollar. No questions asked. You should be fine to carry. Yes, the 365 has a completely different trigger system. I'm never friends with people that ask me to be friends. They're usually the guys that are going to stab you in the dick. What do I think of the Taurus GX4? They're okay. They're not my style. I don't like small guns. What do you think of Demolition Ranch? I liked all his earlier stuff, but when you've been doing it as long as Matt Carricker had, you get too big. Once you get that big, you can't do basic shit. I do the basic shit, and I gain, 1,000, 2,000 people a month. That's all I need, man. I don't care. I'm not doing this for a living. Even if I made a living doing this, I wouldn't change the way I do it. The gun behind me at the top is a custom-built AR-15. Is Kentucky Ballistics crazy? No, it's just a personality that he puts on. He, in real life, I'm sure, is a very reserved person, laid back. Most people that are on YouTube are exacerbating their personality. I don't, because I don't have a personality. I'm just adapting to whatever's going on. You chose the RXM over the Glock and the SIG. It's been pretty reliable. Yeah, pretty much. And that's why I've got the RXM with the... I reached out to Sharps Brothers because they sent me the Echelon frame a year ago. That video has a little over 10,000 views on it. So I reached out to him and he sent me the RXM chassis. Hopefully that one does well because I really want the Heat Seeker chassis for the Ruger Precision. 365 is pretty good. Hopefully when my CC and remove my Glock 19. There you go. Anthony, thank you for the like. Glock is just rubbish. Trump should put a tariff on Glock. Yeah, well, problem is Glocks are built in the United States as well, author. Sharps Bro, RXM chassis is nice. Can you buy just the FCU for the RXM yet? I have not seen it for sale yet, but I'm sure it's coming. You like 44 Magnum in Barracuda Land? I had the 8-inch Taurus Raging Hunter. I sold it to a buddy of mine. I should have kept it. Do we have little brown bats in Virginia? Not that I've seen, but I guess it's possible if because there's cave systems. Yes, your concealed carry license is very important. Seen the video today, actually. That's why I asked if you got one for the RXM. Badass. Yep. Yeah, in fact, the person that I speak to is actually John Sharps, the actual owner of the company. And he sent me an extra set of grips for my Echelon because I cracked the original grips. It was my fault, not Sharps Brothers. I put grip tape on one of the grips and tried putting it back on, and I cracked it. What's the best gun you've ever had? Probably my CZ Tactical Sport Orange. You still have the Apollo? Yep, it's right there. Second one down underneath the chassis kit. And I'm going to be trading off my Steyr Scout for a couple of 2011s next week. For the record, Jesus loves you and so do I. Thank you. For the record, I am respectful of everybody's religions. I do believe in God. I just don't really talk about it much. So you can say that, but hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. Some good service. Oh, yeah, 100%, man. They're really solid dudes. They just did a shit ton of 365X macro frames for SIG. So I'm getting one for a buddy of mine. We're doing a custom Spectre comp build for him. Grayson, what's up? Sport Orange is the one that got away from you. I'll buy another one as soon as I find one used. What do you think of the shadow systems? Too much money, dude. I have the same money into that RXM as you would pay for a bone stock shadow systems, and I think the RXM is a much better deal. No offense, I'm sure it shoots fine. It's a Gen 3 clone for twice the money. Holy crap, Mr. Mom, what is up? I'm going to send you the grips and stuff I made for you when I get back home. Nice. Love CZ and European American Arms and the Italian clones. Yes, EAA is great. I've got several of their guns they've sent me over time. I'm waiting on the Gerson Brat to come in. Did anybody see your comment? Saw part of your comment. Get a job. Got a job. Thank you. You're watching it. Is that an iced tea out of the gallon? If so, we have the same problem. No, this is water with sugar-free flavoring mix in it. I just mixed up a whole gallon the other day. What is this Steyr Scout chambered in? 308. It's a very, very nice gun. But I'm not a long gun guy, so I'm going to trade it for some 2011s. No Milo's gallon of tea. What? Have you shot the 1911 chassis system? Not yet. Have not. I went to the range last week. I did not go yesterday because I didn't feel like it. I have enough videos. Been busy with my grandson and girlfriend doing life. How you doing? I'm all right, bro. With the California taxes, it was a little over $1,200, $200 in taxes. Yeah, California, man, that sucks, bro. So I built that RXM. It was $400 for the gun, $400 for the frame, and $500 for the optic if you were to buy it all. So it's a $1,300 gun. You shoot once a week. I tried to. I didn't go this week just because it was too damn hot and I didn't want to do it. I'll go next week. I got enough video for 4 videos at the range. Jeff Cooper advocated the Scout rifle concept and the Bren 10. Yep, he also co-created the 10mm round. Modern 45 long Colt or 10mm. Anthony, I am not a caliber guy, although I do love a GP 100 chambered in 10mm. I have one chambered in 357. I need one in 10mm. Have I taken the 1911 brace system to the range? Nope, that's next week. I'm going to take that, the RXM, and whatever gun I wind up trading for on Monday. Rhinos look so cool along with their engineering. Are they overpriced? What do you think about revolvers? I'm not a revolver guy, Joel, and I don't actually recommend the Chiappa Rhino because Chiappa as a company is budget-minded and oriented. Their guns are built to a price point, not to a quality point. I've seen many of them where the swing arm for the cylinder is cracked from the test firing, and their customer service is shit. Butt stuff, only if you pay me. Jiminy loves Chiappa. Yep. Do you have a 10-gauge shotgun? No, I don't, cool dude. I've missed you, big brother. YouTube doesn't tell me when you're live. Sorry, battered. I think I'm going to save my money for the job, and when it's done, I should come to Wind City Armory and visit. You should. Give me a Smith & Wesson 686. Agreed. Finally got my active safety designs complete lower with super safety for my AP5 SD that is silenced with the Huxworks 9K suppressor. It's superb. Damn! That's a lot of parts, man. Hope it shoots well. Hello, soldier. You're new. Awesome. Well, we're ending the live stream in about 5 minutes because I am very tired. What's the best checkmate pistol? All of them. Do I have the non-firing replica? Yes, I moved it to put all that crap up. It's in one of the cubbies. What's your daily carry? 1911 5-inch. Ever mess with the Micro Roni? Yes, back in the day. Is that a P1X AR-15 style? Yes, the P1X is the AR-15 style, and the 1911 brace is actually the 20/11. Today's been boring, and can I tell you why? You can try, soldier. Do I have any Tauruses? Yeah, I've got the, the G3X, which is the 19X clone. I've got the Taurus 865 Ultralight. I've got a few of them. Yeah, even my dog thinks it's boring. Hey, buddy, you sleepy? You alive, Rocky? You're breathing. Yeah, he's still alive. Only 11 more likes. Yeah, everybody get us to 100 likes so that when I exit the live stream, YouTube's like, damn, that guy quit in an hour, but he still got almost 100 likes. Actually, I'm not forcing myself to stay here, man. Guns are awesome. I'll give you a close-up of the guns as we go out. So, there we go. Rocky is the best doggo. Yeah, he is. You got the 3.5-inch 27. Nice. So look at that. Look at that boy down there. Look at that boyo. He's a good boyo. So let's go ahead and look at the guns. So we've got the Fusion Firearms XF Pro with the suppressor on there. We've got the Ruger RXM in the Sharps Brothers chassis. Holy shit, that is a beautiful looking gun. It's got the Holosun EPS full size on there. TZ, or technically Tanfolio clone, that is the BR6 from Sarshamal. You got the 1911 in the chassis, the Live Free Army Apollo 11. Rock Island Armory 1911 full frame. TSOS BR9. Daria DY9 comp. Hold on a second. Got to spin around. Here you go. Ah, shit. Gerson Regard. Gen 4 Sport. Rock Island 5.0. Taurus Judge. You're actually public defender. Para Ordnance LDA. Arex 01 Tactical. And the Gerson Influencer X. So there you go, man. Yep, there you go. Yep. Alrighty, guys. I'm out of here. Here's your own comments. Leave me them likes. Have a great night. Have a good time. And I will see you guys on Friday just because I am out of here, man. I'm tired. So, come on, guys. Can you do it? Somebody hit one more. Anybody? Come on. Come on. Oh, shit. I can do it. There we go. All right, guys. Love you. See you guys on Friday. Have a good one.